Bald eagles have faced many threats from humans in the past several centuries. Some were quite direct, such as indiscriminate shooting. Others were less direct, such as the indirect effects of chemicals such as DDT. As a result of all of these threats, by the late 1950s and 1960s, the range of the bald eagle throughout North America had been so reduced that there were very few places in eastern North America where eagles could breed. Only Florida, some parts of the southern coast, the Chesapeake Bay, Maine, and the Great Lakes. And apart from that, eagles had been wiped out from the majority of their historic range. The widespread use of the chemical DDT was largely to blame for much of this habitat loss. Before talking about DDT specifically in another video, I'd like to explain in this video the principle of biomagnification, which explains why eagles are so much more vulnerable to not only pesticides of the past, such as DDT, but also a number which continue to threaten eagles in the present, such as PCBs and mercury. Many pesticides, being hydrocarbons, are non-polar, and thus they can interact with the non-polar triglycerides found in adipose tissue, such as the human adipose depicted here. Thus, they can be stored in the body and not easily excreted, and over time, the amount of pesticides stored in one's adipose can increase. This makes individuals at tops of food chains vulnerable to what is known as biomagnification. So, for example, imagine a pesticide is used and it has a specific concentration, say, in the water. As microorganisms ingest this, they will keep it stored within them so that the level in their cells is now higher than in the surrounding water. The invertebrates which ingest these microbes will then store this adipose as they go on feeding and feeding, and therefore the concentration in the invertebrates was higher than the concentration in the microbes had been. The concentration in these small fish, which feed on these invertebrates, will be higher still. The concentration in large fish, higher still. And then the concentration of pesticide in those organisms which feed on the large fish will be higher still. This is what is known as biomagnification, that these pesticides, their concentration increases in tissues as one moves up the food chains. So species such as sharks, great blue herons, bald eagles, and people, which are at the tops of the food chains, will have higher concentrations of these chemicals and thus worse health impacts of these chemicals because of their higher concentrations.